So what's up, YouTube? Having a nice session out here today. We're on the verge of rain all day, but I commanded those rain gods to lay off, and it's working. I wanted to tell you a story what happened at the 69 Bowl the other day. We were skating with a guy, Mike and I, and he didn't really want any of himself to be on YouTube, so out of respect for his wishes, I'm not going to post any video of what happened, but this is sort of a video, you know, skate park etiquette, slash, you know, the feelings that guys in my age group learning to skate a bowl that size, or learning to skate any bowl, really, you just don't even know where they're at. They could be on a bank somewhere, and things get in your head and you try to keep out the negative thoughts. And when I drop into that bowl, man, I get mad if my kids are over there fighting in the grass, because I hear it. It distracts my mind, it distracts my thinking, and therefore it puts me at risk of some danger. So anyway, we're having a nice morning, you know, warming up, getting the bugs out, and this lady comes up. She's with another group of ladies with their dogs, and she comes up and she politely asks, "Hey, you mind if I stand here and watch you guys skate for a little bit?" So in a normal situation, I'm thinking, yeah, right on, cool, come on up. And it's no big deal. And then I start to notice her behaviors. I notice that she's got a bag of treats. She's, you know, loosely holding onto this pit bull, which obviously I'm Mr. Pit Bull. I don't have any problems with pit bulls. But I respect dogs of any kind. And I noticed that she's training this dog. And she even makes a comment that she says, "Wow, I thought he was going to be much more scared of this." And, you know, he wasn't scared. He wasn't feeling like any threat to me whatsoever. So I got to say that. And honestly, as a dog trainer in my past, you know, I did some Schutzen work, some sleeve work as an agitator, and I also trained a dog for Schutzen. And you know, she's handing the treat. She's doing everything pretty much right. I didn't care for the way she was holding her leash, not very carefully. But as this other dude was going around the bowl, this dog started to get all hippity hoppity on the side, and he's getting, you know, like antsy. It's not an aggressive kind of mood, it's more of a play mode. And anybody that knows pit bulls well, that's what they're all about. Even them wanting to fight with other dogs is more out of a play thing. It turns. So I really wasn't feeling cool with it, because, and it's not because she wasn't capable to hold the leash, and it's not because I had a fear that this dog was gonna bite me, but it was more about what it was doing to me mentally. It was another concern. So now I'm not worried about the chunky coping. Now I'm not worried about, you know, dodging a wet spot or a rock or pebble or something in the bowl. But now all of a sudden I've got something else to worry about. There's a dog up there. And no matter what, when you're nervous about something, it's in your head. Now if it's a skate dog and he's been around skateboarding, bowl skateboarding his whole life, no big deal. That doesn't bother me at all. If he's, you know, tied up to something. But if he's standing right on the edge of the coping and I see him starting to have that dance every time someone comes around his side of the bowl, I know what happens in that case. And I used to host dog shows even. I don't know if you guys have heard of Iron Cross Kennels or the Iron Cross Bloodline. I got it tattooed right here on my arm. I got pit bulls tattooed everywhere. Here, this one. This one was actually done with a Walkman and a guitar string. But I mean, I got dogs everywhere. That was the tombstone I had in my yard. I bred these dogs for 10 years, and I know the breed, and I know dog training. So it's not to bust on her, because in my dog training days when I wasn't a skateboarder, I would have recommended people I was training with and myself to go do something like that. We used to take them into a field. We used to fire off pop guns. We used to put a couple of rocks in aluminum cans and have someone walking around kicking these aluminum cans in the parking lot while we've got our dog on a heel, you know, or we're running him through a routine. wanting to distract them and wanting to get used to keeping their eye contact on you, that's all great stuff. But this video, I'm going to try to tag it for the dog community. So some of those people might realize that we're dealing with some other fears in the bull. And it's like wanting to train your dog, you know, at a horse show. That's not copacetic. It's not cool. You know, horses can get skittish. You know, well, an old skater can get skittish the same way. I don't want to hurt myself. So I asked her to leave. She got a little bit aggravated by it. And I just asked her, hey, can you possibly take your dog and train him where there's other skateboarders who are on flat ground that might not be dealing with a head game like me? And she ended up doing it. And you know what? I thanked her. And it all went cool. But anyway, I just thought I would share that story. Sometimes we got to think about the other side. You may not think your dog's a risk, but I've had plenty of times, and actually the guy we were skating with that day, he told me a story that happened recently where a dog at the skate park pounced on some kid, just playing, but knocked him down, made him crash, and then I was talking to Kevin, Air Dab, you know, the famous Air Dab skater on my channel. And he was telling me a story about a dog that was at a skate park the other day and running around off leash, and it was like nipping at people's heels, sort of in a playful way. But the owner was laughing, thought it was comical, but the skaters didn't think it was comical. And you know, a lot of people won't speak up for themselves. I'm not one of those people. If your dog's running around off leash, nipping at people's heels at the skate park, get him gone. Get rid of him. If you're trying to drive a remote control car at the skate park, do it when nobody's around. Do it in an area where no one's skating, but as soon as skaters come, you gotta pack it up. Peace, guys.